Hello students. In this lesson we are given a number of coordinates that we're going to plot on the graph. Then we're going to draw a line connecting those points. And we're going to determine what is the y-intercept formula for that line. So let's go ahead and begin. We see points on the graph -6 and -6. So let's go ahead and plot that. So we know the first -6 is on the x-axis. So we'll go to -6. And -6 for y will go down to -6. And we'll make a point right here. Okay. And then the next coordinate grouping is -3, -5. Again, along the x, we'll go -3 since that's the first number. And -5. Put a point. And finally, we have 6, +6, -2. So here we're going to go to the positive side of x, but the negative side of y, and we're going to put a point right there. So I drew a line connecting my points. And you can see I didn't use a ruler. I'm unable to use a straight edge on this program, but I drew the line as straight as I could. You have to use a ruler though. So important that as we connect all of these points, we have a very straight line. The most important reason is because now we're going to use this line to determine what the y-intercept formula is for these coordinated points and the line itself. So we can see in the upper right hand corner we have y equals mx plus b. So we have to determine what is the slope, or what is m, and what is b. So one thing we can do immediately is let's look at what the y-intercept is, the letter b. When we look at our line, what number does this line run through on the y-axis? We know up here is positive, this is negative, and we can see right here at that particular point, I can actually put a point right there because that's what it is, it's a point, and we can see that it's -4. So I'm going to go ahead and write in -4. And now we need to determine the slope. I like to use 2 points that are close to each other that are on the line. The first 2 points are right here close. I could go also from this second point to where our line crosses the y-axis. I can go from this point all the way over to the last point we plotted. I could go from any of these first 2 points all the way to the last one we plotted. But I'm going to use these 2 right here. Remember, we're going to use what's called rise over run. In other words, we're going to go up or down first and count. And then we're going to go over, run, right or left. So let's just count together. I always start with my pencil right on the dot I'm going to start with. We're going to go to this dot right here. And here we go. We're going to count, and 1. That was easy, wasn't it? And it's +1 because we're going up. So I'm going to go ahead and write a number 1. I do that immediately. We know it's going to be a fraction, right? Because we have to have rise over run. So we went from here and we said 1, +1, and now let's count over to the right. 1, 2, 3. So the rise was 1, and the run was 3. What's missing now from the formula? X. Alright, just to review, we took these coordinates, we plotted them, we drew a line, we determined where the line crossed the y-axis, and we used 2 points to determine what is the rise over run, or the slope of the entire line. Look at this for one last thing. You know how we went from this point up 1 and over 3? Look how we get to the next one. Up 1, 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 1, 2, 3. See, that is the slope because every time we use the slope, we find ourselves back on the line.